couched in the form of a social contract. Microdon was at Independence Hall for the launch and has that story.
This morning, most of the P.U.P standard bearers and area representatives were on hand as the party introduced its reform agenda, a platform which it says is a critical response to the reality Belizeans face today.
The Belizean reality in 2015 is waste and corruption in government, a hotbed of corruption at the Lands Department, widespread corruption at immigration, resulting in the scandalous and shameful sale of our national identity by cabinet ministers, the erosion of the rule of law, deepening inequalities in the allocation of economic and social opportunities, grounded in a very dangerous philosophy of UDP first, Belizeans second. Widespread politicization of the public service and the absence of oversight and accountability at every level of government.
To address these issues and more, the P.U.P today launched its social contract with the people, pulling out all the stops in governance, education, health and social justice reform.
We will build a forward base at the Star Spoon and additional outposts in the Chiquibour. We will disband the gang suppression unit. We will repeal the draconian gun laws and provide for the firm but fair regulations for the use of guns. We will appoint the 13th senator, reconfigure and empower the Public Accounts Committee, reconfigure and empower the Integrity Commission.
And while those commitments address the critical components of security reform, oversight and accountability, there is more.
This is our commitment on health, and it's one sentence. Fully roll out the national health insurance nationwide and invest and appropriate sufficient funds to improve health infrastructure to ensure the provision of safe, accessible and affordable health care. We will raise the minimum wage. And we will review and revise labor laws to ensure fair practices by employers and employees, and update legislation to protect worker safety. We will appropriate sufficient funds to ensure free education to all students from pre-kinder through high school. And yes, sixth forms. We will create a public fund to be known as the Upliftment Fund, comprising the remaining proceeds of the Venezuela Petrocaribe funds. The fund is to be administered, no mind, while leave it left. The fund is to be administered by a board of governors, including the social partners.
One by one, the P.U.P candidates who are seeking to represent the people in government after November 4th signed their names to the symbolic contract with the people.
Today, my friends, we publicly commit to this social contract with you, the Belizean people. For 8 years, 8 long years, Belize has witnessed the power of one man who has said no to the 13th senator, one man who has said no to the Integrity Commission, one man who has said no to the Public Accounts Committee, one man who has protected and defended corruption and incompetence, defended and protected corruption and incompetence among his ministers. One man who listens to no one and consults with no one. Our social contract is about the power of the people, giving back power to the people.
All those reforms will be initiated, says the P.U.P, within 100 days. Mike Rodon for News 5.
After the break,